Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. It has been a very long layoff, and it was a sin of biblical proportions. We were right on the verge of the Quarter Quell, and we have been waiting for that for a very long time, and then disaster struck, controversy struck, and then things were put on hold for a very long time, but things are sorted out. We are back. Everyone is back to work after the controversy. Some of you may have heard about the strike. I want to reassure everybody that everything's okay. The stories about that have been blown out of proportion. Or maybe they haven't. I guess it kind of depends on your point of view. But yes, we are back. It is Bobby's World Hunger Games 25, the Quarter Quell. We got some special things lined up, and I am so happy to be back. It's been a very long time coming. I could have done this sooner, but life gets in the way sometimes. There's been a lot going on, a lot of work, a lot of life, a lot of stuff. So I hope everyone's doing great out there. I am certainly hanging in there, but I have been ready for this for a long time. And yeah, I think it's time. But I think before we get going here, I think we should probably check in with Courtney. So, Courtney, how you doing?
I'm doing good, boss. How you doing? It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. It is very good to be back. Yeah, I'm just glad that everything is all sorted out. I'm glad that everything is out of the way. We don't have anything to worry about. We can run the show the way we see fit. And I'm glad that we are not going to have any more problems, are we?
No. Why would we have any problems?
I think I've already blown it. I said we weren't going to discuss this. We weren't going to, bring it out, but
boss, please.
Things got out of control, and certain people made things worse. And
look, I said I was sorry.
I know we've already addressed it. Everything is already out in the open and clear, and everything is all good. We're going to move forward, but I don't know that everything is completely 100% on the level yet. So maybe we need to straighten it out one more time.
I think everything is on the level. I don't see what has to be straightened out.
Do we have to go over this one more time? I don't feel like we do, but you're kind of indicating that maybe we do.
What do you mean?
Alright. I wasn't going to bring this to the people, but apparently the people need to hear this. You know what? It's probably better that the people hear this, so that we can all... I want to be transparent with my audience, with my people.
Don't.
And so, there's no secrets, there's no anything.
Please don't.
Everything's way out in the open. Okay. So, everyone's on break.
Oh, God.
During one day in the break room.
Oh, God.
And tensions are a little bit high for various reasons. And this guy named Stan goes to get M&Ms out of the vending machine. And the vending machine will not give him his M&Ms. And he freaks out. He starts yelling and screaming at the vending machine. And then grabbing it and, rocking it back and forth like one does with a vending machine. We're not supposed to, but we all do. I've done it before. And it still won't give him his M&Ms. So he starts screaming louder, and then he starts punching it. And then he's getting ready to pick up this vending machine and just throw it across the room. Everyone else starts freaking out, and they start snapping at each other because they got their own shit going on. And then somebody not going to say who, bursts into the break room and starts screaming about an unsafe work environment. Courtney? Oh yeah, that's right. I said I wasn't going to say who it was.
Phoenix was chasing me with a super soaker.
This sends everyone into a fever pitch. People start fighting. Chairs start flying around.
This is not fair. You said we were past
Stan
this.
is now losing. He's completely off the deep end. Okay, he's completely lost his mind. Dre bursts in there and throws him straight out the window, as is protocol outlined in the handbook. When, you know, someone's losing their mind at the vending machine, that's exactly what the handbook says, to throw them out the window. So, you know, no problems there.
He's right, it does.
This place is a fucking circus. Okay, I can't even just keep everything under control here, because it's just impossible. It's fucking impossible. God bless Sarah Jean and Samantha trying to keep Phoenix under control as he is chasing Courtney all over the place with his super soaker. And I don't know why Courtney had to run into the break room and start screaming about unsafe work environment. You knew that wasn't the right thing to do, but it's too late now.
It was funny.
Kate and Rachel start coming in and they just start cleaning. That's all they start doing, because they saw, like 2-3 months ahead, they knew what was going to happen. They were already ahead of the game, so they start cleaning. And then Sarah Jean and Samantha start helping, and then Dre and Taz, and I think I finally came in there maybe at some point. I don't know. I had too much shit going on, but like JT comes in there and then they start like clearing everyone out, just trying to get everyone out of the fucking building, because the whole building's about to collapse at this point. Like, it's just, you know, we had the riot thing and the structural integrity of the building is compromised and all this shit. I don't have any words for this, all right? I really don't have any words. So that all gets under control, and then the workers decide they're going to sue us. So we have to go through all that with the lawyers and all that shit. We have these meetings, we have mediations and all this stuff. And then finally, it takes time, but everything is smoothed out. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of time. Everything got smoothed out, brought under control, and everything was good. No problem. And now we are back. We can do the Quarter Quell, and we can go beyond. And we can bring the Hunger Games to a new level and just bring it to places that it probably would have been anyway.
So what's this I heard about you and Dre and some of the others taking the lawyer into the room to straighten things out? So I heard.
That's none of your goddamn business. We took care of the situation. That's all that needs to be said. We took care of the situation. The guy came back out, didn't he? So everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything got handled. It's all that matters. Alright. This is the Quarter Quell. We are ready to go. For this one, we are doing a different Hunger Games simulator. I thought I would try that to make it special. I debated on whether this was going to be an official Hunger Games, but it has to be, because, you know, it's in sequence, so I guess, you know, it has to be. It's gonna screw up Kate's record keeping, but she'll figure it out. She always does. So I guess without any further ado, we are going to get this shindig underway. Courtney, are you ready? Alright then. Cue the epic music, please. Alright, this is the Adrian Thumbtack github.io Hunger Games Simulator. There are no districts. These are all the tributes. We have no guest star this time because we are toxic and no guest stars want to come on the show. So Katniss has agreed to come out of retirement and take that last spot, which we very much appreciate. She is very much welcome back, and we are glad that PETA is doing well on the Funny Farm, as long as he stays away from us. So, let's get this thing underway, shall we? Doesn't say it here, but I'm going to say it anyway. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Sarah Jean finds a frisbee inside the cornucopia. God, that felt good. Phoenix battles Katniss. Katniss defeats Phoenix but decides to spare his life. JT finds a dead platypus inside the cornucopia. What? Dead platypus, huh? Alright. Alright, we're moving on. Aiden battles Kate. Kate defeats and kills Aiden. Wow, Aiden with the early night. Now Aiden can pack it in and go back and play Skyrim with mods, which is what he's been doing lately. Been having a lot of fun with that. Some good stuff there. Kate runs away from the cornucopia. So I guess they could do two things in each round or something. I don't know. That's pretty weird. But this is a different simulator, so we're going to move on. Groot runs away from the cornucopia. Nikki finds a frisbee inside the cornucopia. Helen battles Ripley. Ripley defeats and kills Helen. You stupid dog. You can't just sleep this away. Just because you had your birthday a few days ago doesn't give you the right to do things like this. I don't care if you're in the games or not. The rules are not equal to everybody. Especially you. She doesn't care. I'm sorry, Helen. Dre finds a poisonous fruit tree inside the cornucopia. The whole tree? I kind of like to hear the story on that. Jeremy runs away from the cornucopia. Rachel runs away from the cornucopia. Steve finds an octobrush inside the cornucopia. The hell is an octobrush? I assume it's a brush with 8 arms or something, but I don't know what. Never mind. Emma finds a fruit tree inside the cornucopia. Exactly how many trees are growing inside this cornucopia? I don't know if anyone's ever seen the movie. The cornucopia is just like a metal shell. Like, I don't know. At least that's what I remember it as. Christian finds a tank inside the cornucopia. I'm sure he's going crazy right now, but the game makes sure to not specify what kind of tank. So it could be a fish tank. Could be a gas tank. Could be any kind of tank, really. Leighton runs away from the cornucopia. By the way, I should probably mention that Leighton is the defending Hunger Games champion. So, putting his title on the line here. Jordan finds a paintball inside the cornucopia. One paintball and no paint gun. That's how it goes sometimes. Master Chief battles Bobby. Bobby defeats and kills Master Chief. That's right. Come for the king, you best not miss. Taz finds a dead platypus inside the cornucopia. I don't know what's with all these dead platypuses. Like, I have... Why platypus? I have no idea. It's just so random. So completely random. Neko battles Bobby. Neko defeats Bobby but decides to spare his life. I just killed Master Chief, but I can't take the stupid cat? Screw you, Neko! Day 1. Tori stumbles upon a basketball. Sarah Jean breaks Christian's nose with a frisbee. Should've just caught it. I don't know what the big deal is. JT develops stage 4 brain cancer. That is very random. And very out of nowhere. And something tells me that if that were to happen, it would have nothing to do with the Hunger Games. I don't know if that means he dies or not. I don't know. Moving along. I'm sorry, JT. Blame whoever made this simulator. It's a different simulator. Jordan gets hit by a paintball shot by Rachel. Christian stumbles upon a fidget spinner. Maybe that'll make your nose feel better. Neko heals Jeremy. What is this, World of Warcraft? Phoenix watches Phoenix watches Watch Mojo for 3 hours. Watch Mojo is addicting, man. It's not hard to sit there and watch it for 3 hours. Layton raises the mission requirement to 65. I don't know what that means, but if he can do that, he can just raise his sneak to 99. Jeremy gets a cold. Good. Katniss puts chemicals in the water to turn to frog skin. We're moving on. Kate finds a convenient couch and decides to use it as shelter. Well, at least even the game recognizes that it's convenient. Samantha gets carpal tunnel syndrome from playing OSU. I don't know what that is. Emma eats fruit and gains 1 point of strength. See? Eat your fruit and vegetables, kids. It's good for you. Rachel stumbles upon the fidget spinner. Taz heals Jeremy. Bobby finds a convenient cave but decides that it's too dangerous. Good call. Good call. Could be a whole bunch of Jeremys in there. Nikki dies in the Matrix. Ugh, sorry, Nikki. That might be the coolest death in the history of the Hunger Games, though. I don't think anyone's ever died in the Matrix before. Dre sings us a song. That's what I'm talking about. Ripley finds a convenient geometrically stable truss but decides it is too dangerous. Yeah, if you can't say it, it's probably too dangerous. And if Ripley stumbles across anything that may or may not be geometrically stable, then it's definitely too dangerous. Steve is the sheriff. Of what? Gru unluckily trips despite the 1 in 100 chance. Sounds like something that would happen to me. I appreciate you, Groot. We're brothers in this. I appreciate you. Day 2, Neko accepts the blue whale challenge. If you turn and look at this cat, he runs away. So I find that hard to believe. Taz kills Samantha with a dead platypus. See, now we know that Taz saved that dead platypus for later. He had plans for that platypus. And then he murdered Samantha with it. Wow. Phoenix loses 0.13 GPA points and is severely injured. No, that's not possible. We're moving on. Katniss receives an emoji movie on Laserdisc from a sponsor. Now the question is, why did that sponsor hate Katniss so much? Bobby stumbles upon a basketball. Oh yeah, I've got just the clip for that.
MP outside, launches it, and buries it from deep. Two teammates.
Tori discovers a clean water lying on the ground. Someone speaks English goodly. Today is football. That's a Game Grumps reference. If you want to know, you should look up that clip on YouTube. Look up Game Grumps Today is Football. It'll come right up. Fucking hilarious. Kate heals Christian. Christian decides to take a permanent nap. Jeez, that was some really good healing. So does that mean he's dead? I guess we'll find out shortly. Rachel stumbles upon a diamond sword. It's a hell of a thing to stumble on. Jordan discovers an emoji movie on Laserdisc lying on the ground. And Field Goal kicks it into the ocean. Am I right, Jordan? Tori gets prank called by Steve. Sarah Jean heals Tori. Layton gets yellow fever. Well, that's not freaking cool. JT almost whacks Tori to death with a dead platypus. Almost? So is Tori dead or not dead? The weird thing about this is that you don't find out who's dead until you reach the Honor the Fallen screen, and then you see who's dead. It's very, very weird. Dre heals Rachel. Emma gets their fingernails removed by a native tribe. I think I'm going to change that to Emma gets their fingernails done by a native tribe. Just because. Just going to do that. Jeremy finds a convenient brothel but decides it's too dangerous. Yeah, he would. Ripley heals Leighton. Groot finds Bishan Argual. So, assuming I have the right person and their name is spelled right, Argual is either a math teacher or someone who founded a company in India that sells snacks and confectionaries. So, don't know what that has to do with anything, but Groot found them apparently. Day 3, Jeremy said racial slurs on a Twitch livestream and got roasted to death. As he should. What? Moving on. Kate said... We're moving on. Rachel gets beat to death by her mother's coat hanger. But who killed her, though? Did the coat hanger do it all by itself? This is somewhat lacking in detail here. Tori discovers a poisonous fruit tree lying on the ground. Jordan dies of pure cancer after watching the Emoji Movie. Well, one would argue that may or may not happen, but Aiden would probably certainly say that's what would happen, but I'm sorry, Jordan. I don't know what to say. I really and truly don't. Sarah Jean sees things twice. Leighton gets hit by a hurricane. Katniss stumbles upon a bow. Katniss stumbles upon a bow? It's like her whole thing. Alright then. Taz gets devastating hiccups. Steve splats Dre with an octo brush. Wow. It's one I never thought I would see in the history of the Hunger Games. With an octo brush. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sorry, brother. This Hunger Games has degenerated into chaos for sure. Phoenix gets an ulcer and dies. Bobby finds a convenient brothel but decides it is too dangerous. I don't know about all that. The consequences afterward might be too dangerous, but... Ripley reads a disheartening message in Comic Sans. Ugh. It's enough to crush anyone's spirits. You okay, Rippy Roo? Actually, I don't really care. Emma discovers an anthology of life-changing poems lying on the ground. Well, there you go. Could be a lot worse. And that makes a lot more sense than a poisonous fruit tree lying on the ground. Groot stumbles upon a tank. JT stumbles upon an octo brush. Yeah, I haven't done a status check in a while. I'm still alive, shockingly. Dre is dead. Sorry, brother. Steve is alive. Jeremy's alive. That's stupid. Steve's got 1 kill. I've got 1 kill. Helen's dead. That's dumb, too. Kate's alive with 1 kill. Christian's dead. Aiden's dead. Rachel's dead. Sarah Jean's alive. No kills. But she's injured. Oh, yeah, they keep track of healthy or injured or deceased in this one. That's interesting. Very interesting. Samantha is dead with no kills. Taz is alive, 1 kill. Phoenix is dead. Nikki's dead. Tori's alive. Jordan and Leighton are both dead. Emma's alive. Ripley's alive. Neko's dead. Ripley has 1 kill. That's dumb. Groot's alive. JT's alive. Master Chief is dead. And Katniss is alive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The field is cut in half. Alright, let's get moving. Day 4. Sarah Jean battles and kills JT. Oof. Savage. Just savage. Groot runs over Katniss with his tank, but Katniss survives due to her belief in the flying spaghetti monster. I always thought that was a thing that could happen, and I always believed in it, but Katniss has just proven me right, so I appreciate that. Tori gets juked by Kate. Taz finds Nemo. Yeah, Taz, I knew you could do it. JT splats. Apparently no further explanation was needed. Emma's life gets changed by poetry. See? Just like it said it would. It was life-changing poetry that she found on the ground. And it changed her life, just like it said it would. Ripley finds a convenient horse carcass but decides it is too dangerous. Sounds about right. Katniss discovers a freeze ray lying on the ground. Steve discovers a used band-aid lying on the ground. Bobby receives a chocolate-covered cotton from an unknown sponsor. Is that someone's idea of a joke? It's not very good. It's not very good, and I'm going to find out who that sponsor is, too. They're going to hear it from me. I promise you that right now. Jeremy is accused of mansplaining. Jeremy absolutely would mansplain. I am not reading that, and we're moving on. Day 5. Katniss dies of pure cancer after watching the Emoji Movie. Wow, the Emoji Movie has claimed 2 victims in this Hunger Games. Wow. 2 kills for the Emoji Movie. I always knew it. I always knew it. Bobby heals Steve. No, he didn't. Tori drinks clean water and gains 1 point of Constitution. Look at Tori. Very smart. Increasing her health stats. Very good, very good. Steve loses circulation looking too tight in those good shorts. Apparently he lost circulation so much that they couldn't write that sentence. And that entire sentence is wrong. It's factually incorrect. So, moving along. Taz heals himself. Sarah Jean loses the game. And apparently that's all the explanation that's needed. Emma heals Jeremy. Alright, Emma. I'll forgive you this time. I don't think we've had the talk about healing or helping Jeremy in any way, shape, or form. Jeremy gets yellow fever. Ripley finds Dory. Kate heals herself. Day 6. Sarah Jean sings us a song. Bobby dunks on Jeremy. Damn right he does. Emma stumbles upon a basketball. Kate slips and slides on a banana peel. Tori strangles Emma. With love, right? With love? Okay. Ripley battles and wounds Bobby. You stupid dog. Screw you. After everything I did for you, I hate you. She didn't even wake up. Taz dies of Ebola. Couldn't just be he was poisoned or anything, or, you know, some kind of, like, battle death. It's gotta be some hideous bacteria disease or something from, like, a decade ago or some shit. One, two, three, 4, 5. We're down to 5. We're down to 5. It's Ripley, Tori, Sarah Jean, Kate, and me. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. Who's going to be the winner of the Quarter Quell? We're going to find out very, very shortly. Day 7. Kate discovers a findings lying on the ground. No, it's Kate discovers a founds lying on the ground. Tori receives clean water from a sponsor. No. I got to do it the right way. Tori receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. There we go. Bobby sees things once and dies. I see no fault with that. Ripley finds a convenient brothel but decides it is too dangerous. In her case, probably was. Sarah Jean heals herself. Alright, I'm the only one that died. I don't need a cannon shot. Moving along. Day 8. Kate finds a convenient cardboard box and decides to use it as shelter. I have educated Kate well on the ways of Metal Gear Solid, so I'm very proud of her for this. Very, very proud. Sarah Jean finds a convenient horse carcass and decides to use it as shelter. I have not educated Sarah Jean in the use of any kind of horse carcass, and I don't know where this came from. But I guess you do what you gotta do, I guess. Tori unluckily trips despite the 1 in 100 chance. I can almost hear her saying, yep, sounds about right. Because I would say the same thing. Ripley is stung by bees and dies. I see that bees is capitalized there. That's supposed to be a shout out to the Wicker Man remake with Nicolas Cage. No, not the bees! Not the bees! Oh god, terrible. Just terrible. Just so terrible. Alright, moving on. Skipping over Ripley's cannon shot as well. I don't think she cares. Day 9. Tori eats a poisonous fruit. Kate is stung by bees and dies. Aw, damn it. I was pulling for you, Kate. I was pulling for you. I know you think you're never going to win a Hunger Games, but I think everybody's time is going to come. Didn't happen for you this time, but the final 3 in the Quarter Quell. This is a big Hunger Games. So you made the final 3 in the Quarter Quell. I think that's very noteworthy, and I think that's very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Jean has won the Quarter Quell, and I believe for the second time is the reigning Hunger Games champion. I would confirm that, her being the second time champion, but I cannot find my notebook right now, so I'm going to have to do some hunting and probably confirm that for you in post. So that's probably what I'll be doing after this. Alright, so here we have a recap of the Hunger Games. This is a very interesting simulator, I'll certainly say that much. I do not think we will be using it again, but there were some interesting and funny things in here, for sure. I don't know what the fascination with platypus, platypi, I don't know what the plural is. I don't know what the fascination with that was, but that was kind of funny. The Matrix thing was funny. Unfortunately, Nikki had to die in there. Rachel got beat to death by her mother's coat hanger, but it never says who killed her. So I'm left to assume that someone snuck up and just did it. I don't know. And Christian took a permanent nap. He just decided he'd had enough and then went to sleep and never woke up, I guess. Layton got hit by a hurricane. That's it's definitely unique. Definitely unique. I gotta hand it to Layton. He goes all the way. You go big or you go home. That's for sure. JT just splats, and apparently he splatted so hard that there was no punctuation at the end of the sentence. So the Emoji Movie claimed 2 victims in this Hunger Games, which is very sad. And I do not remember the Emoji Movie registering to be a competitor in the Hunger Games, so I'm gonna have to look into that, or have Courtney look into it. I dunked on Jeremy. That was cool. That's the way everything should be. And then I died because I saw things once. And bees also played 2 victims in this Hunger Games, so. Tori ate poisonous fruit, you know. A lot of things went down. You know, there's a lot of deaths here that are, there are a lot of deaths here that did not come by anyone else's hands. They just happened. Apparently Neko died when he accepted the Blue Whale Challenge. That's what I'm left to assume by that. How many deaths were there by someone else's hands? I killed Master Chief. Ripley killed Helen. Kate killed Aiden. Taz killed Samantha. And then it gets a little spacey. Sarah Jean killed JT. Tori strangled Emma. And that was basically it. So what is that, 5 times? 4 or 5 times? 1, 2, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times someone actually killed someone in this. And the rest is just all happenstance, so. It's definitely interesting. There was another simulator that I came across, but it seemed like way too involved, and I wasn't ready to jump into that. Willy-nilly, anyway. Oh, look. Quarter Quell. Same tributes again. You didn't even know this was a Quarter Quell, did you? Oh my goodness. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. And that is how the Quarter Quell Bobby's World Hunger Games comes to an end. Sarah Jean reigns supreme as the champion. And now we will look forward to Bobby's World Hunger Games 26, when hopefully things will return to normal. And we will have a regular Hunger Games. And there you have it. The Bobby's World Hunger Games Quarter Quell has come to an end. Certainly an interesting one. One that will certainly go down in the record books. One that will be recorded as happened. For sure. And we will definitely look forward to more. I'm glad the Hunger Games is back, and I hope you guys are too. Sorry it took so long. There were a plethora of reasons why. But it's back now. It's all that matters. And yeah. I really don't know what else to say. There are a lot of reasons. I mean, obviously, we all love the Hunger Games. And, you know, I love to produce them and bring them to you. And, you know, I do have other things going on the channel. I'm going to go over that toward the end when I do the outro. But I do have a Elden Ring no Crimson Flask run going on right now on Mondays. And every Wednesday I have Soulsborne Battle to the Death, where I pick 2 random Soulsborne bosses and decide who would win and blah, blah, blah. But I've been following my YouTube analytics very closely. And the Hunger Games, there's an analytic called audience retention, which means it keeps track of when people watch, how long they watch for, you know, it keeps track of time and all that stuff. The Hunger Games is by far the biggest audience retention that I have. Like, people tend to watch almost the entire video. So, you know, other than the fact that I love doing the Hunger Games, and people always ask when the Hunger Games is coming back, and people always want to watch it, that was definitely one of the reasons I wanted to bring it back, to help the channel. And yeah, I'm glad. I'm just glad that we can finally get back to it and have some more fun and some more shenanigans and some more stuff can go down. So yeah, that is pretty much going to do it. I hope everyone is doing well out there. I love and appreciate the support. I've had a lot of stuff going on. I want to thank everyone for their love and support on that as well. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that nonsense. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter are all Bobby's World 2110. And as I was saying earlier, Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask Challenge, Volume 1 Limgrave. Because Elden Ring is such an enormous game, I have to split it up, so I can fit other things in as well. So that's ongoing right now. That's been a good time. Having very little trouble so far getting through that game, not healing, but I mean, there will be some issues coming up very, very shortly. So stay tuned for that. There's been some, a lot of craziness has happened so far in that. And Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Soulsborne Battles to the Death. I pick 2 Soulsborne bosses at random from a generator that I created. And then we do contractually obligated bios that are hopefully entertaining. Me and Christian and Aiden kind of talked that out and came up with that idea. It was initially just the generator part, and then I kind of talked about who I thought would win. But we decided that we could expand on it a little bit and do bios and then have a verdict section where I decide who would win. So that's been a lot of fun to do, and that's Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I want to thank everybody for coming back and enjoying this. It's good to be back. It's good to finally get the Quarter Quell out of the way. We were waiting for a long time for that, and now it is finally done. And we could also put the simulator behind us, because I don't think we're ever coming back to it. All due respect to what's his name that made this, but and there's a lot of funny nonsense in here, but there's also a lot of crap that I don't think needs to be brought back. So that's just my humble opinion, but yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. So until next time, be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See you for live, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the Silver Medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won Silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com to check out the books or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.